This tree right here has a lot of suckers that grow out of the bottom of it, and so I've been kind of neglecting that, so I need to go ahead and trim those out and trim those back a little bit. These roses over here are also getting kind of out of control, so we'll trim those back too and make those look a little bit more presentable. Other general cleanup around the yard, and then we'll go over the plan for what's going to happen over the next little bit here. You can see on the tree here that there's quite a bit of suckers coming up and out. Usually I can contain those pretty well, but since we've planted flowers in here, it's been a little bit harder to do that. It's a little harder to get in there and trim them out. So we'll get in there, trim them out the best we can, and keep them under control. So I just finished mowing and cleanup, and I just wanted to point out something that I noticed and thought about it as I was cleaning up around the edges. Take a look at this. So the thought that I had was, one of the best things that you can do when you're mowing your lawn and you're maintaining your yard is to clean up your edges. Clean them up like this. You can buy an edger, or you can use your string trimmer to do this, and it doesn't take very long. I think the longest time it ever took me was the first time I did it, to establish the edge. But if you're really looking for one thing to set you apart from the rest of the neighborhood, it's a nice clean edge. Another thing to do to set you apart is to get rid of these dang crackweeds. I hate these things. They're terrible. The irony of this is I usually tend to keep on top of these pretty good for the most part, but man, I came out today and they're all the way down my sidewalk. There's some here, 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 here. It's bad. They just decide to show up. This is probably one of my favorite things to do when I'm cleaning up around the yard, is use this benzene torch here. I'll put a link in the description where you can get one of those. It just takes a little propane, and the starter on it right there, the starter broke on me recently, so I've just been using one of these lighters to start it up. But it works super well, and it's pretty therapeutic actually to torch out these weeds. So real quick, I want to just go over what my plan is for fall time. So aeration, overseeding, things like that. Anything extra I'm gonna do. This is the plan. And if you have a journal that you keep track of everything that you're doing in, that's a great place to write stuff down, make your plans, refer back to notes, things like that. Works out really, really well. Journals are a great thing. I use an iPad, and I just keep track of all my notes and pictures and things like that in there, and it's proved really, really great for me. So anyways, this is what I want to do. The plan is to aerate, of course. We're going to do a double pass aeration. We're going to go this way all the way down, and then we're going to go this way all the way down. So both ways, 2 passes total, the whole yard. What I like to do is rent an aerator, usually from Home Depot, and then I'll offer that up to my neighbors and see if anybody wants to use it the same day as me, and then we just split the cost. I think last year it cost me around $12 to use an aerator, which was really great. Lots of neighbors went in on it and it worked out really well. So after aeration's done, my plan is to tackle the backyard big time. That's going to be the main project for this year's fall time renovation period. My plan is to overseed the entire backyard all the way across, and I'm also planning on throwing down a full application of Milorganite. We're going to do some starter fertilizer along with that to give it an extra boost, and on top of that I'm going to top dress the entire backyard. Let me show you why. So here's the backyard today. You can see that this area here has gotten a little bit better, and the other areas along the back fence have gotten better as well, and it's really looking very good. It's because the temperatures have been coming down, and the summer dormancy we're coming out of that. But these areas that are drying out and going dormant every year, I think the biggest part of that is just because the soil needs improvement. And so we're gonna get some compost, and we're gonna top dress the entire lawn back here, just the backyard, just this area here, all of this, and this area right in here we're gonna top dress. So that's 8,000 square feet that we're gonna do, which is a lot, especially just for a backyard. But hey, that's the way it goes, and that's what we have to work with here, and that's what we'll do. So to talk about the math a little bit, just as far as planning and writing things down and keeping track of what's what, the total project area is going to be 8,000 square feet. And since we're going to overseed at 5 pounds per thousand. So 5 times 8 is 40 pounds of seed. We're going to get, I think, 10 yards of the compost will take care of us for the top dressing. We might even have a little more, and if we do, hey, that's all right. It'll go in the gardens and it will make the gardens look really nice. I was also able to find some Milorganite yesterday. It was actually not too far down the road, which was nice. I actually ended up buying two full applications worth. I bought 10 bags. That way I don't have to worry about it for the rest of the year. I have my application for when we overseed, and then my application for right before winter to help things come back a lot nicer next spring. So I'm good for the rest of the year, which is great. I don't have to worry about finding Milorganite anywhere, wondering where I'm gonna look, and I don't have to call places anymore asking if they have it. I just have it here in my garage and it's ready to go. So my next step is to finish getting the rest of the materials that I need to accomplish that project. There's a seed company just down the road that I'll go and get some seed from. It's the exact same seed that I used when we initially seeded the yard, which is something that I'm really proud of, using the same seed every time. Then the next step is to make sure that I have an order of compost ready and delivered in time. I think that's going to be the hardest part because I don't want a whole lot of mulch, if any at all, in it. I want it to be a nice clean compost that will spread into the grass really nice and will be full of nutrients and really help improve that soil quality in the backyard. So with that, thank you for watching, and we'll look forward to bringing all of that together, the aeration, the overseed, Milorganite, starter fertilizer, and a top dressing in the backyard. It's going to be a big project. Probably going to do it over the course of a couple days, but it's really going to bring some really nice results as we prepare for Halloween. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.